a crown of thorns, like one that a Greek runner would get for accomplishing the task. Like Christ, we need to immerse ourselves in prayer. And as we're going through these trials and we're faced with temptation, we need to discern God's character and will for our lives. We need to understand that when we're overwhelmed, that we're not in this by ourselves, that these truths are for us, that God's nature is unchanging, and that we have new life inside of Him. As we reflect on James today, we see how God uses trials to ground us into humility. And the perseverance, He works on us in His unchanging goodness. But why does He allow these difficult seasons? Why doesn't He just steps in and shields us from the pain and the hardship? Well, He has a reason. I'm going to finish here today. In 1991, some scientists built a dome called Biosphere 2 in Arizona. I think I have a picture of it. That's it, Biosphere 2. And the goal of Biosphere 2 was for some scientists to recreate the ecological system that the Earth has designed. Earth has this amazing ecological system that's self-sustaining. They wanted to know, could we do that inside of our own dome? Could we recreate what the Earth has? And so they built it. And amazingly, since it was so controlled and so perfect that the plants grew faster than normal, the trees grew higher and faster than normal, and everything seemed to be luscious and beautiful until they ran into a problem. The trees kept falling down. I have a picture of one of the trees. All of the trees began to bend. The taller they got, the more they would bend, and eventually they would just collapse down upon themselves and fall over inside of the dome. And what they really learned from it was this: there's no storms inside the dome. The environment is just perfect. You get where I'm going? There's no wind to rock the trees. There's no tornado-like hail to pound upon them. There's nothing to bend them back and forth. And so they grew weak. They grew weak, so high and pretty until they just fell over. And the same's for us, you see, without trials in our lives. See, God could intervene and make them go away, but without the trials in our lives, without some resistance, we can't develop the right roots and the right spiritual strength that we need. When we dig into God's promises, they ground us in Jesus. He's preparing something in us much greater. And for those of us who are here today that do know Christ, this is our hope. That even in our lowest moments, God is working for us. He's working in us to do something for eternity. But what if you don't know Jesus? What if you've just been trying to weather all the storms on your own? Well, here's the truth. God never wanted you to weather storms on your own. God never set you into life to do life on your own. We need something greater to anchor us and to cause us to be rooted. And that good news is the gospel. It's Jesus. And maybe you're here today and you never trusted as Jesus as your Savior, and you've been walking through all these storms and stuff on your own and trying to figure out why God's put you where He's put you and what is it He's doing to you. You know what He wants to do with you is He wants to do something in you, but first you need to give your life to Christ. He's calling you today. If you know something's missing, don't wait another day. Come and see us now. And any of the elders here, the deacons, would be happy to talk with you and just show you what are the next steps. What does it really look like to weigh the cost and to say, Jesus, I'm done trying. It's all you. What is it really like to be the rich man and the poor man both and say, I'm done depending upon me. I'm going to start depending upon you. Each day, God, I'm going to ask you for daily bread, and I'm going to stop storing it up in the warehouses of my richness because I want to depend upon you. So as we leave today, I'm just going to ask you, what are you grounded in? Where's your roots? Are they strong? Do you you have Christ. Just join me as we pray quickly. God, I'm thankful for your word today. I'm just thankful for the way that you revealed to me in your scripture what James has for my life. God, would it pierce me deeply, cause me to be humble? Would the ears here today hear it? Would it penetrate hearts and cause people to want to know you greater, deeper? God, if anyone sit here today and doesn't know you, Lord, would today be the day that they would give their life to you? Ask all the things in the name of the mighty Jesus. Amen.
Hi, I'm Ryan Ruckel, one of the pastors at Redemption Road Church. We're glad you joined us for worship this morning and pray that you were blessed by today's message in some way. I want to personally invite you to worship and hear the good news of Jesus right here on News Radio KYRO, Sunday mornings at 9. Or consider joining us in person at either of our 2 weekly services, Sunday mornings at 9 and 10:45 a.m. We're located at 5 Winfield Plaza, next to County Market in Winfield. Until next time, we hope you're blessed.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 10 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Paul Stevens. The investigation now underway after at least 4 people were killed, others hurt in a mass shooting in Birmingham, Alabama, Saturday night.
We have reached out to our partners with the ATF. We have reached out to our partners with the FBI. You will have a plethora of law enforcement agencies assisting the Birmingham Police Department.
Birmingham Police spokesman Truman Fitzgerald. The White House saying that a Hamas leader is delaying a Middle East peace plan.
It's certainly apparent to us that Mr. Sinwar remains the big obstacle here to getting a deal, and it certainly is the case that he has done nothing in the recent weeks to prove that he's willing to move this forward in a good faith way.
White House National Security Spokesman John Kirby on Fox News Sunday. America's listening to Fox News.
They say to make yourself indispensable at work, so I developed a digital catering solution that only I can operate. Okay, it's actually EasyCater.com.
David!
They love me, because I, the director of catering logistics, not a real job, use EasyCater to get catering from all our favorite restaurants. Tight budget? No problem. Need vegetarian options? Gluten-free? Check and check.
D-Man, you crushed lunch today.
It was easy. EasyCater.
EasyCater is your all-in-one tech platform for ordering food for work. Start your order at EasyCater.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
A choppy trading session with stocks finishing mixed for the day, but up for the week following Thursday's Fed-driven rally. The Dow rose 38 points and notched its 29th record close of the year. The Nasdaq lower by 60, S&P 500 down 15. Shares of Constellation Energy surging 22% after inking a deal with Microsoft. The energy company said it would restart Pennsylvania's 3 Mile Island, the site of the country's worst nuclear accident, to help power Microsoft's artificial intelligence data centers. Apple stock falling slightly after its newest iPhone 16 model went on sale on Friday in nearly 60 countries. And shares of Intel spiking 3% following a Wall Street Journal report that said the chip giant Qualcomm made a takeover bid for the chip maker in recent days. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will Kane.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne. I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peterson, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will Kane show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and don't have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney. Call 800-815-5033. 800-815-5033. Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you don't pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call if you've been injured in an auto accident. Call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation. Call 800-815-5033. 800-815-5033. 800-815-5033.
Auto Accident Help Desk.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Dan Byer.
Chargers still haven't told us who their starting quarterback is going to be today as they face the Steelers in Pittsburgh. It's a battle of 2-0 teams. The Chargers' Justin Herbert has a high ankle sprain. If he can't go, it'll either be Easton Stick or Taylor Heineke. Packers are likely to start Malik Willis at quarterback today against the Titans, as Jordan Love is still trying to come back from his knee injury. 49ers pass rusher Nick Bosa should go against the Rams despite a rib injury. Colts should have wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. on the field, while Cardinals wide receiver Greg Dortch is also expected to play today. Former Dolphins running back Mercury Morris has passed away at the age of 77. Was a two-time Super Bowl champion, also a part of that 1972 Dolphins team that went undefeated. A'ja Wilson is your WNBA Most Valuable Player, a unanimous selection, just the second time in history that has happened. Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark finished fourth in voting. WNBA playoffs begin today. Lando Norris won the Singapore Grand Prix.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Light rain in Troy, getting down to 61 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 69. In Wentzville it's 69 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
A good Sunday morning. It is time for Uncensored Wrestling Talk, straight from the Gateway Fiber Studios here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, also on the KYRO Facebook page. The Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble channels. Go like and subscribe. And yes, of course, also on the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. Good morning to you all. It is a little rainy. It's a little rainy finally. We're getting some rain here in East Lincoln County in the St. Louis area. It's much needed rain. I'd rather it only rain during the evening, but that's my own personal preference here. And in studio with me, as always, we've got superfan Tim Williams. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Sarge.
To his right, directly across from me, our referee, H.D. Daniels.
Hello, hello.
And in studio also, for the first time, and we've been waiting for this for the last month and a half since we got him confirmed to be on the show. He is the one and only. He's the wild one. He's a wild one, ladies and gentlemen. He is Jeff Wild. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. You got the wild man live in studio, mustache, bad breath, and all.
I gotta turn his mic down when he does that.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being on the show. It is such a great honor to be here. I can't tell you how excited I am.
Well, it's an honor to have you here. It truly, truly is, and that's no joke. We really have been waiting and anticipating this day, this show, because we knew it was going to be a wild one. No pun intended. We knew it was going to be
all
fun.
puns intended.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to get into an interview with you, but we're going to do that in the second hour of this awesome show. But this first hour, we're just going to sit back, relax, talk wrestling, talk everything going on in the world, what you like, what you dislike, what you like watching, what you don't like watching. But you were talking about something that I found interesting before we came on the air, and that was that you were talking about how last night you got together with the one and only Blade Lennox, who has been on this show a couple of times now, and you guys were watching the 1993 Royal Rumble.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wayback Machine.
Blade and myself, being that we're both right around the same age, we both have a deep and abiding love for early 90s wrestling, that golden era to the new generation, and we were watching. We just greatly enjoy it. We both love the Royal Rumble match. It's both one of our favorite matches. And we were talking about how great it was. The first match I ever got to have the honor to be a part of was a Rumble match, and we just love the setup and the formula very much. And early 90s wrestling, the colors, the personalities, and the wrestling, it's my favorite era.
And one of the guys that you were talking about before we came on the air was the one and only Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man.
Yeah, and you said something that's very true. A lot of people just didn't realize it, is that he was actually a little bit taller than Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
He was a little bit taller than the rest of the guys that was in the ring with him.
The word I used was deceptively big, because he's so proportional. Like, to see him outside of context, he don't look like he's 6'7", 6'8". He is, but just a great big man in wrestling, and just incredible contribution to the sport itself. Great theme song too. One of the all-time greats. Sometimes I kind of rock it in my car. Just
yeah. One of the best stories from the Big Boss Man that I remember is back in the NWA. He first started out as Big Bubba Rogers, right?
Bubba Rogers.
And he was the bodyguard for Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express. And they'd had a scaffold match with the Road Warriors. And Jim Cornette, after the match was done and over with, got chased up the scaffold, and he got to the middle of it, and they decided, I don't know what got in his brain, but he decided to go up underneath, and he's hanging there, and Bubba Rogers is in the middle of the ring getting ready to catch him if he was to fall, and his handle, on the bars and stuff, he lost his grip, and down he comes, and Big Bubba Rogers didn't even
catch him.
I mean, it was like, I know he had his hands out. I remember him having his hands out, but it was just like a complete and total miss.
That's real
and
bad.
Poor Jim Cornette, both knees shot. Craziness. So since you watched that last night in the 1993 Royal Rumble, and that was 31 years ago now.
It was way back.
Who was it that won that Royal Rumble?
We actually did not finish it. We had gotten a jaw jacking, but I've seen it before. I am almost certain that was the tie ending between Lex Luger and Bret Hart.
Okay.
Where they both hit the ground pretty much at the same time. And that was Bret said he won the match. Lex Luger said he won the match. It was a great Rumble in general, though.
Right, and that was the one WrestleMania 10, where both men would go on to face Yokozuna at WrestleMania 10. Lex Luger got the shot first earlier in the evening, and that had, if I remember correctly, that had Roddy Piper as the as the referee, special referee in that one.
I believe so. Yeah, I remember Yokozuna that wrestled twice that night, and so did Bret Hart, because that was the very classic Owen Hart Bret Hart match. But yeah, Lex Luger faced Yokozuna, and then later on Bret faced Yokozuna.
And of course, in that WrestleMania, you had for the first time Bret Hart taking on his brother Owen Hart as well, and Owen getting the win over his brother that night.
Best matches in history.
Yeah. And I remember the last parting shot of WrestleMania that night was after Bret Hart had beaten Yokozuna for the championship. His brother had came out and was just standing out there in the aisleway, just glaring at his brother, because he, in his head, he was like, you know what? I beat you earlier. That should be me up there.
The King of Hearts.
And we've already got some comments in the Facebook page already. And from Yancey Smith, good morning, gentlemen, from Owensboro, Kentucky, just now tuning in, and we do thank you, Yancey, for joining in with us. And if anyone that's watching, if you've got questions, comments, what have you, keep it clean, of course, but put them up there, and we'll definitely see them, and we'll definitely talk about it, and yeah, we'll get the show going with that.
I'm going to interrupt you, Sarge.
Yes,
real quick.
absolutely.
We're trying to get followers on our Twitter and our X. So please, if you're listening live on the radio, on the social medias, at UW Talk KYRO on X, please. We're trying to get followers, trying to get a following. We want people to
like and subscribe.
We want people to engage. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, please.
And again, what is that Twitter handle?
At UW Talk KYRO.
There we go. Sounds good to me. Hot diggity dog. Okay, so 1993 Royal Rumble, and I'm sure you guys had some libations between the two of you last night.
Responsibly.
Always
as responsibly as I get. Yeah.
Always.
So something else you were talking about was who did he face? He faced Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, you mean the Big Boss Man? Yeah.
Boss Man.
There's a guy in wrestling history that just didn't get his deserves.
I kind of tend to agree with you. He was one of the better. He was truly one of the better big men that was out there.
Probably one of the best. Maybe I think it's between him and Yokozuna, to be honest. If I had to choose.
And of course, the Big Boss Man. He would also team up. Oh golly, the one-man gang, the African Dream, Akeem. Yeah, I hated that they turned him into the Akeem, the African Dream. But I mean,
he was always one-man gang to me.
Always one.
Always one-man gang. Always and forever. Always and forever. And it's. But as a team, though, I don't think they got their just desserts as a team. What do you guys think?
Oh, absolutely not. At that point, I don't think WWF at the point knew what to do with them.
Yeah.
Because here you had two people that could just monster over everybody. It was just like when Earthquake and Tugboat teamed up.
The natural
disasters.
Yep.
You had two people that no matter who you put in against them, that team should win.
Yeah.
Every single time.
For sure.
So I think that's the same thing that kind of happened with Akeem and the Big Boss Man, is they were just too big for everybody else in the tag team division at the time. Because I believe at that time the Road Warriors were gone, so you didn't have them.
Yeah.
You had the Hart Foundation every once in a while.
Different iterations of
right.
times.
Demolition had been decimated by then.
Yeah.
So you had all these small people tagging together. And you throw them against those people, I mean, how believable would it be?
For sure. Now, I'm trying to remember, and of course, this was 30 years ago, but did Big Boss Man and Akeem, the African Dream, did they hold the WWF Tag Team Championships at one time? I can't remember.
I don't think they did.
I don't think so either.
I don't believe they did either.
I don't even know if they got a shot at them.
We'll say that and we'll Google it later and find out we totally overlooked their championship run. They had it for 8 months. What are you talking about?
They had it for one day.
If they did, we apologize in advance.
Please do not hurt us.
If only there was a way.
Well, come to think of it, Earthquake and Tugboat, and of course Earthquake's life ended way too prematurely as well, but I don't believe they hold the championship? I don't remember those guys holding the championship as well.
I really don't remember. I don't think they did.
Sarge, they were just, you could fill 20 cargo ships with the amount of wrestling I don't know.
Well, why aren't you on top of it?
I'm doing my best.
No, but it seems to me, though, the reason why I bring those up is because teams like that, that you know in your head and watching them, they're good. I mean, they're really good. But a lot of teams like that never get the opportunity to hold the titles when clearly they should be multi-time champions. So that's my own take on it.
Absolutely. One of the things I really love about One Man Gang and Bam Bam Bigelow is those guys got head tattoos in an era where that meant like career death outside of professional wrestling. I just admire the utmost dedication to the sport to get your head tattooed.
Yeah, it's
How much did that hurt?
Well, I mean, I've got a shoulder tattoo myself, and it's a good sized shoulder tattoo. And I ain't gonna lie, I was squinching. I was closing the eyes, and
What's your tattoo, Sarge?
It's an eagle.
All right,
it's an eagle. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you after the show.
I've got 3 tattoos myself.
Okay. What do you got?
I got Popeye on my right shoulder, and it says "I am what I am."
Okay.
Nice.
They're all very personal to me. And on my left shoulder, I have Betty Boop, and it says "I want to be loved by you."
Okay.
That one's for my wife. And on, I don't know if I should say this on the radio, but
oh boy,
here we go. First and last time on the radio, Jeff Wild. On my right butt cheek, I have a tattoo that says "Twisted Steel and Sex Appeal." And after the show, I'll prove it if you like.
Well, on that note, Twisted Steel and Sex Appeal, we're going to take our very first break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. But when we get back, we're going to just keep right on rolling. This train has started, and there ain't no stopping until noon, and we'll be right back.
24-hour towing and recovery in Lincoln, Warren, Pike, or St. Charles County. Call B&B Towing, 636-262-3865. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. B&B will be on the way, 636-262-3865.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all Dew.
Trax Pizza. Outstanding pizzas, sandwiches, and pasta. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Open daily at 3 p.m. Order online at TraxPizzaCompany.com. Call 264-8600 or come see us on Main Street in historic downtown Winfield. Trax Pizza, 264-8600.
Welcome back. Here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Crazy knobs are not working like they're supposed to this morning. What the heck is going on here? So when we last left, we had just gotten up talking about 1993 Royal Rumble and, Big Boss Man and, Akeem the African Dream, something that Jeff Wild and Blade Lennox got done watching just last night, in fact. But during the break, our referee, H.D. Daniels, and go ahead and pull that mic over there in front of you. Use the arm, if you will, instead of the mic, because it makes those noises and stuff. But I understand a little incident happened with you over the weekend, and number one, I just got to say I'm not the only one here in the studio that's gotten knocked around over the last couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
We do love our independent wrestling here, especially here in the St. Louis area. And HD, you work for several organizations, so tell us which organization it was at, and then tell us everything that happened.
Yeah, so Friday night, Arnold, Missouri, they had a festival. Dynamo Pro Wrestling was working Friday and Saturday. Dynamo's where I got my start. I was booked there Friday night. We were in a tag match with the STL Connection, which is Jonathan Zulu, Andrew Wilder, and they were facing Chris Slammer and Waylon Phoenix.
Okay.
During a pinfall, Jonathan Zulu was pinning Chris Slammer. I was square with the shoulders. 1, 2, big kick out. During the kick out, if you can watch the video, arms started flailing.
Uh-oh.
And one smacked me right in the face, right above my eyebrow.
Yeah.
Which man did this to you?
Jonathan Zulu.
I'm gonna get
Jonathan Zulu.
I mean, he's got a receipt coming, you know. So when it hit me right in the eyebrow, right on my left eye, when you're watching the video today, I knew something was wrong immediately. I didn't know what exactly, but it was like, you know, a boxing match, like a punch right to the face. So I put my hand on my face, and I see blood.
Uh-oh.
There's quite a significant amount. The cut right now is not very big. You can't really tell, but my hand red, right?
Yeah.
So I was the only ref booked that night, so I couldn't really call in reinforcements.
goodness.
So I look over to the timekeeper's table, the announcer, and I say, "Hey, the ref is busted open." And they kind of look at me like, "Are you serious?" It's like, "Yeah, look, you know, I got blood on me. What am I going to do?" Couldn't stop the match.
Right.
No timeouts in wrestling.
No.
You set a cowboy up. You are a man, HD. You know that?
I'm sorry. He should get a timeout because he's the ref. All he has to do is, okay, timeout, guys. Back to your points.
So somebody brings me a towel. I'm doing what I can. I pull out my gloves. I keep surgical gloves on me in case someone else gets busted open. But this time, it was me. Putting the gloves on my face, putting towels on my face. The match gets over. I run to the back after that match is over. I got blood all over my arms because I'm trying to clot the cut. We run some water over my face. There's one more match for that segment. We had a few segments that night. I believe it was a title match, title defense, and then I run to the ambulance because there's an ambulance at the festival. And they look at me and they go, "Well, there's nothing we can do in the field. If you want to get stitches, we'll have to take you somewhere else. We can put a Band-Aid on it if you want to."
Was it that deep of a cut?
It clotted
It looks deep over here.
It clotted itself within about an hour, but I put a Band-Aid on it. And
an hour?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, it wasn't like gushing.
You're really
It was-
downplaying this, man. Like, you got busted open. You still did your job. You were
Yes,
one
sir.
of the most dedicated
Yes, sir.
refs in all of professional wrestling.
Anyway, just wore a Band-Aid for the rest of the night, and you know, had a little swelling the next day. And just a quick continuation of my weekend here. I was booked in Petersburg, Illinois at a new wrestling promotion I was going to debut at, and that got canceled due to a big storm at that festival.
Yeah.
So what I decided to do was me and Little HD, they already had a ref booked at Dynamo because I wasn't going to be there. We went to the festival, and me and my son, we went and just enjoyed the show as a fan. And everybody was asking about my eye. How's your eye?
Yeah.
So anyway, full weekend of wrestling. Here I am talking about wrestling still.
They asked about your eye, HD, because that's a major injury, and you just put a Band-Aid on it.
Yes, I did. Never happened to me before. I got busted open in a match. Anyway, that's my story.
Well, hey, you got one over on me then, because you know what? Even though I got hit in the head with the microphone, it didn't bust me open. So, but wow.
Well, at least you could still count to 3.
Yes, sir.
And a nice even pace.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it was me.
I'd be
if
like,
it were
get it over with.
me,
Tap, tap, tap. He's done.
Exactly. Or if somebody I didn't like, one. Hey, some more comments from Yancey Smith on the Facebook page. You know, he says the Twisted Steel one is funny.
Thank you.
Didn't know Sarge had one. Pretty awesome. And then also, I seen that picture of the cut on his eye last night, and I need the story on what happened. Well, there you go. You got that story for sure. Wow. That's crazy stuff.
Are you going to wear a face guard now to ref in?
Maybe I should. Maybe I should pull one of those Cody Rhodes masks.
Right.
And make everybody wear bags while I'm in the ring.
Like, don't
I'm ugly.
Look at your face.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm ugly now. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Dashing HD Daniels.
I love it. I love it. All right. So from this past week, last week and a half, actually, Nigel McGuinness on AEW, one of the commentators. He not this past week, but last week on Dynamite, he had came out and did a little bit of a scathing promo on Bryan Danielson, and we have yet to hear from Bryan Danielson. But I think, and last night on Collision, I don't know if you gentlemen was able to get to see it, but I was listening to it on my way back from Kansas City last night, and at the end of Collision, again, he had gotten up, but this time, hey, you know what? Tony Schiavone got up and kind of got into his face about it. And I'm like, Tony, I don't know if you really want to do that or not. You're in your 70s, and if he hits you one time, you're going to be down like a sack of potatoes, just like the old Sarge over here. But I think this match does go on. I think it does happen at Grand Slam this coming Wednesday night. And you know what? I think Bryan Danielson is going to come into that match. Now, we've seen him over the last year, I wouldn't say with a different attitude. I would say with more aggressive attitude than what he's had in the past, just for the simple fact because of being in the Blackpool Combat Club and being with Jon Moxley and Claudio and Wheeler Yuta and all that kind of stuff. But I think because of what has happened with Jon Moxley and him, and now Nigel McGuinness doing what he's doing, he's going to come into this with a little bit more fire than we normally see.
No, I agree with that. The thing I was thinking about just now was, now that Daniel has the belt, why isn't he doing like even vignettes? I understand to promote the injury from All Out, but it's still, if you're not going to be at the live event, at least have a vignette out there. When you can still play it up however you want to play.
Superfan. The man had a plastic bag over his face, being suffocated for 2-3 minutes.
Well, I understand that, but he's not dead.
He could have been very close to being dead.
He was probably very close to it, but they put him on oxygen. They took him to the hospitals. I mean, well, if he has brain damage, he's going to have a hard time wrestling now. Because you have to be smart in the ring.
Absolutely.
So my thing is just do something small to let people even know you're all right. Just the silence, I think, is not a good angle to throw it out there.
HD, what do you think, brother?
Well, there's the silence, but then there's also, okay, let's say that he comes back and he cuts a promo, right? What's he going to cut a promo on? There's a lot going on here. There's the attack by his teammates. He kicked him out of the group. And now for some reason he's going to wrestle Nigel McGuinness. What's he going to cut a promo on first? I think there's too much going on. I would focus on the beatdown first, and then, do that story, and then do the Nigel story. Why are they throwing so much into this at the same time?
Yeah, that's my issue with it. I think, and it's the booking, of course, but if it were to have been me, if I would have had that booking pencil, I think I would have done this Nigel McGuinness match a long time ago. Look, because Nigel McGuinness has been talking about Bryan Danielson for a good better part of 6 to 8 months, 9 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. And it's always disparaging.
Yeah, he's doing that JBL heel commentary thing where, every babyface is actually the bad guy and stuff like. And it's fine. I get it. I'm entertained by it. But either do it back then or do it after this Combat Club story's over.
I'm going to interrupt our conversation just for a moment. Skylar Sparks.
Oh, Lord.
Has commented on the Facebook page, and she says, and I quote, "Do you want me to actually bust you open, Sarge? Because I'm not above it."
Skylar.
I don't know what I have done.
The man's an American hero, Skylar.
I don't know what I've done to upset this young lady. And you know what? I'm man enough to say if I've done anything, I apologize. Okay? But all I was doing was trying to conduct an interview with one of the best lady wrestlers that are out there right now. In my opinion, on the independent scene. I've said that 1,000 times
Yes,
before,
you
and
have.
just because that happened, I'm not going to stop saying that because it's still the truth. Okay? But I was just trying to portray to her that Tootie Lynn had said she was willing to face Skylar Sparks at any time, any place, anywhere, right? And again, if you haven't seen the video, it's all over the place now. It's on World League Wrestling's Facebook page. It's on the radio's Facebook page, KYRO, 1280 AM, 105.3 FM. You can go and see it. But wow, I just don't know what else to say. Why does she have so much bitterness now inside of her?
I don't know. I keep going back, and she really started to change, if you ask me, when she got clocked with the crutch. Maybe the crutch did something. Maybe it hit her in the head instead of her back. I don't know.
That is
But
something.
ever since the crutch, she's been blaming everybody for their shortcomings, it seems like.
HD, what do you say, my friend? You're a referee.
You're
the senior referee there at World League Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try to stay neutral on this one. Skylar and I used to be co-workers, referees
colleagues,
together,
absolutely.
colleagues, yes. I'll just say I don't know what's going on with her, and she's on her own path, and I will react as accordingly in the ring. Maybe Jeff Wild might have some comments about this.
Jeff?
I'm flabbergasted, extremely disappointed, and angered by the attack on Sarge. This man is an American hero. He has done more for this country than anybody in this room combined. I can't tell you the amount of love and respect I have for you, Sarge, and to attack that man during a normal interview, it's inexcusable. And I'll go ahead and say it. And I think Skylar Sparks has a lot of repenting to do and a lot of apologizing to do before she's going to get respect back from me.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. And I appreciate those words from you, and I love you right back. October the 5th, Brawl Hollows Eve, World League Wrestling, Race Wrestling Arena. Tickets are on sale right now.
Get
If
them
you
while they're
have
hot.
not gotten your ticket yet, number one, what are you waiting for? And number two, get them now because if you wait too long, you may not be able to get them at all when you get to the door. It's happened so many times in this just this year alone that it's crazy. We've turned away hundreds of people. But on October the 5th, Brawl Hollows Eve, we're going to see, well, Cameron Burnett. She put out a video interview promo saying she wants to face Skylar Sparks. And we'll see if Skylar Sparks gets in that ring and takes her on. Now I said this before on this show. Cameron Burnett had no right to do what she did to Skylar Sparks.
Absolutely not.
So I still think that there's some upcomings to happen to Cameron Burnett. But outside of that, I don't know. I don't know. With that being said, though, we also have Raheem De La Suede is going to be taking on Sabotage. I'm sorry, I guess we're not calling him Sabotage anymore. Just straight Sean Logan. And that's going to be an interesting matchup. But then also just announced this morning, I do believe, it will be Big Jack Parker Jr. taking on the man to my right himself, the one and only Jeff Wild.
If he's brave enough to step in the squared circle with me, that is. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm telling you. I saw that, and I was like, wow.
Jack Parker Jr. is a great wrestler, and the man's a menace. What can I say? But I'm going to tell you, I haven't even seen before.
I'm going to tell you the same advice that I told Austin, the great one, Austin Mulitalo.
Absolutely.
I said, stick and move. Stick and move. Forget about the other outside distractions. Get on him, stay on him, and keep punching until he doesn't get back up.
But you know what? And Jeff, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and HD, you as well. Sometimes what Superfan just said, sometimes that's easier said than done, because there is a huge distraction, especially when you've got 1, 2, or 3 other members lurking around that ring.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch out for dysfunction for sure, but being up close and personal for many Jack Parker Jr. matches, he hits you hard.
I all due respect to Jack Parker Jr. He is a fierce competitor and a mountain of a man. But I am sick and tired of dysfunction running roughshod over World League Wrestling. And win, lose, or draw, no matter what happens, I am not afraid to step in the ring with anyone, anytime, any place.
That's a great attitude to have, guys. I mean, what do you think?
I love the attitude. And HD, close your ears. If you need to hide some brass knucks in your trunks, please do. And especially if there's more than one person out there, don't be afraid to pull it out and take all 3 of them down.
Okay, HD, I think you're good now.
What just happened? I don't know what just happened.
If they want to break the rules, that's between them and God. But if I lose a match, it's going to be because I went out there and put all that I had and I wasn't enough. But if I win a match, I'm going to know that it's going to be me that won it. So
for sure,
I appreciate the advice, but respectfully, I'm not going to follow it.
Well, you know what? I have said this also many times on this show. I think it's about a high time that some of you guys get together and combat dysfunction together.
Absolutely.
And maybe you might be able to start taking care of the situation, you might say.
You know, that was some of the broad topics me and Mr. Blade Lennox were discussing last night.
Foreshadowing.
I like it.
It's time for some of the good guys to team up. There's strength in numbers, is what I'll say. And if the ne'er-do-wells of World League Wrestling, they want to team up, I think we should too. I was in the United States Navy. We live and we die on a team.
All right, if you're on a team, then I'm gonna throw a person out there that you need to recruit to your team, and it's a person that Blade has been going against. You need to bring back and get Big Mike on your side.
Well, me and Big Mike had a little heat during that Rumble, so I don't know how excited he'll be about teaming up with me. But Mike is a fierce competitor, a mountain of a man.
6'8", 275 pounds.
Yeah, my shoulder knows.
Well, with that being said, hold that thought because, we're coming up on a break here, but we'll jump right back into that. We've also got some more comments on the Facebook page, and, we've got a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to jump into as well. So we're going to take our last break of the hour, and we will be right back.
King Scott here, and I'm with John Lang, owner of Mountaintop Motor Company. John, tell us about the latest sales you guys have going on.
King, we don't have one.
What? You're an auto dealership. You have to have some kind of sale going on.
Nope, no quote, unquote sale going on at our place. And you know why?
Why?
Because usually those sales promotion at other dealerships, they're BS, man. Most of the time they're robbing Peter to pay Paul somewhere, and we don't play those games at Mountaintop. We're not about sales, we're about true savings.
I like that. No sales, just savings. You're saying come in, check out the inventory, and you guys will prove that your pricing is always super competitive.
Correct. We've got so much great inventory in the lot right now. Many vehicles starting at $15,000 or lower. And with our great prices, we're confident we can get you set up the right way.
You heard it. Great pricing, great inventory, great people to work with. And there's a reason Mountaintop Motor Company has over 1,000 5-star reviews. Please don't settle for just any dealership. Aim higher and go visit the good guys in Troy. MountaintopMotors.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hi, everybody. This is News Radio KYRO Vice President and General Manager John Chepper, and I have a question for you. Have you ever considered hosting a foreign exchange student? If you haven't, perhaps the time is now. You can host a high school student from another country who lives with your family for 5 to 10 months, a new international branch for your family tree, and an opportunity to share your part of America with an international teenager. AYUSA has been connecting families around the world for over 30 years. A track record of trust with compassionate, engaged student leaders and personalized host family support. There's no typical family. No matter where you live or how your family is structured, there's a student waiting for a family like yours for a unique opportunity. Find out more by contacting the AYUSA local representative Tricia Schneidermeyer at 636-295-7224. Explore the wonderful opportunities that AYUSA has to offer, connecting families around the world for over 30 years.
Join us for our Get in the Seat event September 25th through the 28th at all Missouri and Illinois Seidenstücker Nobi locations. Take advantage of 0% financing for 84 months with no money down on John Deere compact tractors. And discover more event-only specials these 4 days in-store or online. Every tractor comes with our S&P 10-year guarantee. Visit snpartners.com for more details.
Offer valid through 9/28/2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Heavy intensity rain in Troy, getting down to 61 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 69. In Wentzville it's 69 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, welcome back to Uncensored Wrestling Talk here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, also on the KYRO Facebook page, Traveling East Productions Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Go like and subscribe, and of course on the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page. Join us with your comments and your questions, and getting back to what we were talking about just a little while ago. We've got another comment here that I see and I want to put out here from Yancey Smith. He says, yes, I feel pretty lost, confused with the Nigel, Bryan, and Mox, and then you throw Darby into it also with his match this coming Wednesday, putting his title shot up against Mox. It feels there is too much noise, overstimulating to figure out what is going on exactly. Which direction they are going just feels like a mess, and it really does. It does feel like a total mess. I think that, and this is my own personal feelings on it, I've been accused of being too old school sometimes, but you know what? I'll take it. Darby Allin, he legitimately earned his shot for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And I don't feel that he should have to have another match. I don't feel that he should have to fight for his opportunity all over again with Jon Moxley coming after him, trying to take it away from him.
Yeah, they're treating his number one contendership like a champion, like he can defend it. And it reminds me way back when Mr. Kennedy won the briefcase, and Edge challenged him and he accepted for no logical reason, and then Edge won the briefcase. Like, why would you do that? This feels exactly the same way.
Well, you said the right word, logic. Yeah, it doesn't. Right. It doesn't make logical sense.
Should not be a match transferable position.
Correct.
I like that. I like those words. I like that. I'm going to steal that if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I mean, nonetheless, the match is going to happen, and I'm sure
it is.
I'm sure it'll be bloody.
Oh, you know it's going to be bloody. I mean, we've got Jon Moxley in there. I mean, he hasn't done it, I would say, over the last 2 months or so, 3 months. Number one, because he's been gone for a while. But even before he lost the NJPW World Championship to Tetsuya Naito, it had been about a month, maybe a month and a half since he had done this, but we saw a very long period of time where almost every single match that he was in, if his opponent wasn't bleeding, he was, and losing buckets of blood.
Yeah, that's Mox's thing, and the word is a little taboo, but some wrestlers treat this like an art, and Moxley's art is to bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And he has said in interviews and whatnot that if it's not a legit fight if somebody's not bleeding. But at the same time, if you bleed every match, it loses the novelty.
It does. You're right. Absolutely.
The man's face has got to be 98% scar tissue at this point.
Yeah, right. Look at Devon Dudley's forehead or something like that. Yeah.
Now, the only thing, and I want your guys' honest opinion about this. So we've got Jon Moxley going after Darby for his shot. You've got Nigel McGuinness that has been disparaging Bryan Danielson for the good part of about a year or so. I've just got this feeling that Nigel McGuinness has been a secret part to the BCC, to the Blackpool Combat Club, on the side of Jon Moxley, or in the ear, I should say, of Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Maybe not so much Wheeler Yuta, because we have seen some stuff from Wheeler Yuta where he's dumbfounded and he's confused of why this stuff is going on, and all that kind of thing, and he's going to have to defend that AEW Trios Championship with Claudio and Pac this coming Wednesday. So maybe we might see a little bit more of which side he truly falls in on. But, I don't know.
Well, that's really a good thought. When they kicked Steven Regal, the lordship out of the group, they were missing something. I can see Nigel be like that silent partner behind it.
Well, they never really kicked William Regal out, though.
No, Moxley did. Yeah, he beat him down.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He beat him down instead of letting MJF beat him down.
Yeah,
and kicked him out.
That's right. I remember that now.
So I don't know. That very well could happen.
Why was Nigel McGuinness? Remind me and our audience. Why was he out of commission and not wrestling?
It was a back injury.
Yeah. It was a serious back injury that he dealt with for years and years and years.
So is he back? Does anybody know? Is it rumors, headlines, whatever? Is he back wrestling again?
Well, he was in that Casino Battle Royal,
right?
And to me, it looked like he was all right. To me, it looked like he can go again.
I mean, I don't think it would hurt. I mean, everyone in Blackpool Combat Club can cut a promo, but maybe they're looking for a new manager, I don't know, if he's going to wrestle with the trios titles. I think it's an interesting thought. We'll have to wait to see what happens.
But. Yeah, for sure. Jeff, what do you think, my brother?
Well, again, there are cargo ships of wrestling that I don't know about, but,
Get that mic right in front of you.
You said that earlier that if he's gonna, we're talking about the same guy. He's gonna wrestle Bryan Danielson, Nigel
McGuinness.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If Bryan shows up on Wednesday night,
I gotta tell you, I'm a big Daniel Bryan fan, or Bryan Danielson, or whatever he went by.
Don't worry, we all get it wrong.
Yep. You say he's going to have to bring fire. Well, I say he's got to bring a whole pack of matches and a can of kerosene if he's going to take that title off Bryan Danielson. But they, I think they are both great wrestlers. I think he definitely, obviously, deserves a shot at the title. And I hope he wins. I don't think he will. I don't see hardly Bryan Danielson. Whether you love him or hate him, I think he's one of the best wrestlers in the business right now.
Well, this one is not for the title.
It's not for the title.
It's a non-title match.
I told you. I didn't know anything.
But my thing is, Nigel, how much is he? He looks good. He probably feels good, but there has to be some ring rust.
Sure, absolutely.
So, and to be going into the ring with probably the best technical wrestler in the world.
But think about this for a second, though. If he has been the one, or one of the ones, or however you want to put it, in the ear of Jon Moxley, in the ear of Claudio Castagnoli, maybe even Marina Shafir for that matter too, he's probably been training with them as well. And if he's been training with them, you know what? Come Wednesday night, he's going to be more than ready. More than ready.
Well, the only thing I do know is probably Wednesday night we're going to see Wheeler Yuta get kicked out of the BCC.
It's possible. It's possible. HD?
Yeah, I guess we're looking at some kind of a BCC versus Bryan Danielson and Friends type of a rivalry war.
Yeah.
Yuta will probably be on that team. They'll need a third or a
Darby
fourth.
Allen will definitely
Probably
be on
Darby, and I guess they're going to need a lady. So,
who is the lady that you think that they should go and grab and say, hey, go after Marina Shafir?
Who's like the biggest woman baby face on AEW? Who do we
Ooh,
think?
that's a good question.
Nightingale? I was thinking about her, but has she been involved in Combat Club business?
Not really.
Who's a friend of Darby or Yuta? Something like that. You know, maybe they'll pull up somebody from the past.
Maybe.
But, yeah, I mean, Willow would be fun. Yeah, I enjoy her.
Yeah. I mean, she has been having her issues with Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. And, you know, she did have that mixed tag team match with Ishii as well, and she did really well in that match. So I don't know. We'll see. Go ahead, Jeff.
If you don't know either,
I just want to say that I think that as far as just AEW wrestling in general, it's probably the most athletic wrestling out there right now, and I gotta tell you, I don't have cable.
Oh, poor Jeff.
So I catch. Well, yeah, I am a little poor.
you have to internet it and get the highlights. That's understandable.
Stop ruining the show,
Sorry.
Jeff Wild. I mean, come on.
I can leave now if that's better for everyone.
You know, speaking of cable, speaking of TV deals, AEW, Warner Brothers, Time Warner Brothers, TWD, $170 million a year for 3 years plus a fourth year option. It looks like AEW is going to, before much longer, start actually turning a profit before long. And I think this is, it's going to be, let me get this right. It's TBS, TNT, plus True TV. And what they're going to do with True TV is they're going to have replays basically on that channel of what's going on Dynamite and Collision. I have also heard that Rampage, before too much longer, is actually literally going to go away. And the rumor is that they are in negotiations right now with Fox. And how big of a deal would that be? And a new show called Shockwave may show up on Fox and may even show up in that Friday night time slot that SmackDown once had. And if that were to happen, I tell you what, we're back. It's not a Monday night war, it's a Friday night war. Jeff,
So-
if this happens, right? If the Friday night war begins, how much does that incline you to go and get cable, to go and get the streaming, to go and watch all of this, just like with the Monday night wars?
Interrupt first. Fox isn't cable, right? So you
That's
you
true.
can watch it for free.
That's true.
So I think that, just in general, my opinion about pro wrestling, I think it is, wrestling should be for everyone, as many people as possible. So I love that that broadcast TV is gonna get it back. I love that there's an alternative to WWE that's a real viable national contender. Not just AEW, NWA is as well. Because competition breeds innovation in pro wrestling, and just in every aspect of business and in life. The best wrestling, some of the best stuff that's ever come out was during those Monday Night Wars, when they had stiff competition. WWF at the time was coming out with some of their best stuff during the Attitude Era. And WCW was coming out with some of the best stuff you ever want to see during that stiff competition. So I am very excited that there will be, that AEW is around to stay. I hope that their booking gets a little sharper, but I think that it's great that there's another national contender.
You know, Yancey Smith makes a really good point here on the Facebook with the comments. He says that if they did go to Fox, being a free public over-the-air channel, which is heavily monitored by the FCC, they would not be able to do the blood, or as much of the blood, cursing, the borderline sex appeal, perhaps. Now, with AEW, I don't really see things being so much on the sex appeal side of stuff like the WWE has done so much in the past. But it would all have to be, all of this stuff would have to be toned down quite a bit. He says, and I would have to agree.
Well, Sarge, you know who Toni Storm is, right? What's her tagline?
Ooh,
I mean, there's a little bit of that. There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of things being toned. Well, on Fox anyway, right. You're going to see a lot of things toned down.
Yeah, but then you don't have Mariah May on there. You're basically eliminating some of the, I would say, half of the women's division that kind of go for a little bit more of the sex appeal whenever they're on stage.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So you still have others that, and I still am one, go back. This should be, let's bring up the ROH women and keep giving them more time.
All right, well, we've got about 30 seconds, and we are at the top of the hour. And when we come back for the second hour, we're going to jump in to the life and times of the one and only Jeff Wild, who is here in studio with us. And again, I thank you so much for coming in, Jeff. And it's been a blast already. And we're just about to really jump on the ship and start sailing here in just a few moments. But right now, we're going to go to the top of the hour, and we'll see you all right back here.
Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 11 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Deborah Valentine. Intensified fighting between Israel and Hezbollah, with at least 100 rockets fired into northern Israel from southern Lebanon. Mike Tobin reports from Israel.
Israel says the defense systems are effective most of the time. Several rockets did get through, striking an area called Kiryat Bialik, very near the port city of Haifa, with the greatest penetration of Israel since the 2006 Lebanon war.
One person was killed, another wounded in southern Lebanon. At least 4 Israelis hurt. Shooters remain at large after gunfire in Birmingham, Alabama killed at least 4 people and wounded 18 people late Saturday. Birmingham's public information officer is Truman Fitzgerald.
Our officers arrived on the scene when they observed 2 adult males and 1 adult female who was unresponsive on the sidewalk.
Police say that shooters remain at large. America's listening to Fox News.
They say to make yourself indispensable at work, so I developed a digital catering solution that only I can operate. Okay, it's actually EasyCater.com.
David!
They love me, because I, the director of catering logistics, not a real job, use EasyCater to get catering from all our favorite restaurants. Tight budget? No problem. Need vegetarian options? Gluten-free? Check and check.
D-Man, you crushed lunch today.
It was easy. EasyCater.
EasyCater is your all-in-one tech platform for ordering food for work. Start your order at EasyCater.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM. or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
A choppy trading session with stocks finishing mixed for the day, but up for the week following Thursday's Fed-driven rally. The Dow rose 38 points and notched its 29th record close of the year. The Nasdaq lower by 60, S&P 500 down 15. Shares of Constellation Energy surging 22% after inking a deal with Microsoft. The energy company said it would restart Pennsylvania's 3 Mile Island, the site of the country's worst nuclear accident, to help power Microsoft's artificial intelligence data centers. Apple stock falling slightly after its newest iPhone 16 model went on sale on Friday in nearly 60 countries. And shares of Intel spiking 3% following a Wall Street Journal report that said the chip giant Qualcomm made a takeover bid for the chip maker in recent days. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will Kane.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne, I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peters, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will Kane show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
People are talking about Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center, setting the standard for authentic Mexican food and great drinks. Carry out or dine in 7 days a week at both great locations. Stop in or order online for carryout at DonJuliosWinfield.com or DonJuliosTroy.com. Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. And don't forget, buy one, get one free on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield. That's Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Veteran owned and operated, bringing great authentic Mexican food home to Lincoln County. Hasta pronto!
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Dan Byer.
Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert is active for today's game in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. It's a battle of 2-0 teams. Multiple reports say that Herbert is expected to start the game despite a high ankle sprain. As for the Steelers, Justin Fields gets the start again. Russell Wilson is listed as inactive, but will serve as the team's emergency quarterback today. The Packers will start Malik Willis against the Tennessee Titans. Jordan Love is inactive, still trying to return from that knee injury. 49ers pass rusher Nick Bosa is expected to play later today in their game against the Rams. Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. active for today's game against the Bears. Former Dolphins running back Mercury Morris passed away at the age of 77. Las Vegas Aces star Asia Wilson, the WNBA's most valuable player, a unanimous pick. Fever guard Caitlin Clark finished fourth in MVP voting, but was the unanimous Rookie of the Year.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Heavy intensity rain in Troy, getting down to 61 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 69. In Wentzville, it's 69 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate, or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, welcome back to Uncensored Wrestling Talk here in the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Also on the KYRO Facebook page, Traveling East Productions Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. Go like and subscribe. And, of course, on the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. Real quick, October the 5th, Brawl Hallows Eve. Tickets are on sale right now. Get them. Don't wait. If you wait until the day of, you get to the door, you get to the ticket window, you may find out that there are no more tickets left. It's happened so many times already. A couple of matches that have been announced already. Cameron Brennan has put out that challenge to Skylar Sparks. We'll see if that's accepted. We'll see if that's announced as a match. Also, we have Sean Logan. He's going to be taking on Raheem De La Suede. Yeah, baby. And then also, big Jack Parker Jr. He's going to have his hands full that night because he's going to be taking on a young man in our studio right now, the one and only Jeff Wild.
The Wild Man himself. Again, Jack's a fierce competitor, but he better bring his whole toolbox when he's stepping in the ring with me.
Ooh, I like that attitude. I do. I like it. Now, join us with your comments and your questions, because in this second hour, we are going to get into an interview with Jeff, about his life, how he got into wrestling, the whole 9 yards. But real quick, one more comment from Facebook that I want to read off. From Yancey Smith, and I appreciate you, Yancey, for joining in on the conversations today. Good point, fellas. Showcasing Ring of Honor talent on the possible rumored show on Fox would be excellent, as I don't have Ring of Honor Club subscription, which I am sure many do not have it, and I agree with him on that part. Want to pay for another subscription on top of other streaming subscriptions they have, and my close wrestling friends never talk about Ring of Honor or watching it, which is a shame, and I agree with that too. They have some really talented wrestlers stuck on that show and not on AEW programming, and again, I actually agree with every single point that he's made on that post. And something else that is rumored right now that they are in talks with is AEW is negotiating with Max to be on Max. Now, if that happens, that means that the pay-per-views will go to Max, and if that happens, I'm hoping that it will no longer be $60 every pay-per-view. Maybe that number gets dropped down to the subscription price for Max, and I see if that happens. I can see, because Max has been pulling all kinds of different stuff to join them. I can see that ranging between $10, $15, maybe even $20 a month for Max. But even at that price, let's say it's the high end of that, $20, I'm more willing to shell out a $20 bill,
absolutely,
than paying $60 every couple of months or even every month for a pay-per-view that, quite frankly, you don't know going into it whether it's going to be good or not, because there's a lot of questionable things that happens, and when those questionable things happen, it makes you standoffish a little bit. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Now, my first question for Jeff Wild here. He has got this handlebar mustache, wearing it loud and proud, and I love it. I absolutely love the mustache. Number one, how long did it take you to grow that sucker out?
Well, I had worn a beard for a long time, so I had gotten out of the Navy, and I worked at Quick Trip for a long time through college, and so I spent a couple of jobs where I couldn't have any facial hair whatsoever, or very little. So now that I'm out of those professions, I'm gonna get real weird with it, and I'm just gonna try every different kind of facial hairstyle. But I really like the mustache. The kind of like guys that had mustaches back in the day, I love that they're coming back as a facial hairstyle. But like Burt Reynolds had just an amazing mustache, and I think they look good. And you know what?
What does Mrs. Wild have to say?
She does not love my my hair or facial hairstyle, but she does. She tolerates my foolishness well. Mrs. Wild is Sarah, my wife. She is a phenomenal woman. I would not be where I am without her. In fact, quite literally, I could be dead without the love of a great woman in my life, and everything that I accomplish, I am able to do it because of her.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And, we've got another comment real quick on the Facebook page from Lance Polanski.
My best friend.
And he says,
one of my
I'm
best
here
friends.
for Jeff's mustache. I like it.
Yeah, Lance and I have been friends for over 20 years.
Very cool.
He is a huge professional wrestling fan.
Nice.
And we've been talking about, this crazy dream a real long time, and I'm so happy that he's listening, and I'll thank him for all of his support throughout all this. And he is always coming to me with ideas, and he's a great friend to have and always has been.
Well, before we really jump into the meat of this interview, you were saying that you had some things that you wanted to say to make, so I'm going to give you a couple of moments here right now at the very beginning to go ahead and say those things that you wanted to put out there.
How much time do you have to thank all the people that need to be thanked? So let's start in the wrestling world. One is that Leland Race is one of the best coaches that anyone could ever ask for. He trusted me, believed in me. He was the first coach that I've ever had in my entire life to ever yell at me. And it was the night before my first match, and he got very upset with me, yelled at me. It was absolutely deserved, and I went up and thanked him for it afterwards, because a coach that will yell at you is a coach that cares about you.
Absolutely.
And I just really appreciate that. The biggest thing about who I am and where I'm from is I come from real good stock. My mom and dad, my late father, he died.
Take a breath. You're fine. You're good. You're getting through this. We're here for you, brother.
And my mom, Brenda, they are two of the hardest working people that I have ever met my whole life. They made every single sacrifice they had to do for their family, and everything good in me comes from them.
That's awesome. That's awesome to have parents like that. That's for sure.
You need a hug.
Absolutely. 100%.
But yeah, I stand on a lot of broad shoulders, and they have instilled that. I'm the youngest of 6 kids.
Wow.
I have 4 brothers and 1 sister, and they're all absolutely amazing. All of us have gone through turmoil and strife in life, but all of us have an indomitable spirit and work ethic from our parents. You'll find us at the top of our professions everywhere we go. My sister worked for the president of a bank's office, handled the highest level complaints. My brother, one of my brothers, one of the most prolific dancers in the entire St. Louis area, was a professional dancer.
Very cool.
Nice.
They're all at least 10 years older than me. I'm the baby.
You're the
axe
baby of
there.
the
Yes, very
group,
much
huh?
so.
Okay.
I always tell people I'm the product of just way too much encouragement, and nothing inspires me more than someone telling me I can't do something. But yeah. You'll find various one of us, and what's funny is they're all athletic, and kind of except for me.
Well, you can't say you're not athletic now.
They all excelled at sports. Well, one of the biggest things was I was jumping wrong my whole life. I was trying to jump from my heels when I would do a standing jump, and we were learning up and overs at the great Harley Race Wrestling Academy, run by Leland Race. We were learning how to do up and overs, and to kind of learn how to do it, you bounce off the bottom rope. And he was like, "Okay, we'll just jump off the bottom rope." And I was trying to balance my heels on the rope to jump off of it, and he was like, "No, Jeff, just jump normal." And I was like, "Well, that is how I jump." And he kind of stared at me like I was messing with him. He's like, "No, it's not."
And you're like, yes, it is.
I've been jumping that way my whole life, and he taught me the right way to jump. And
cool.
I'm no Michael Jordan, but I could jump a good 6 to 8 inches higher than I could before. Once
so now you got hops
for sure.
Again, not super athletic, but yeah, it's and no other coach had kind of showed me that. And I think every coach kind of took a look at me and my gait and how I jumped originally and was like, that guy is going to be a good hustler. He's going to be a nice try hard for the team, but he is not going to make it. And I played football in high school, and I was always kind of good at practice, but I was a D lineman. I never once made it through the offensive line. I just wasn't very good at it. One thing is I was jumping wrong.
Obviously.
But now that wrestling, oh man, it's just my sport. Now that I've learned how to jump, real big shout out to Coach for teaching me how to jump. And I can't tell you how much I love the sport of professional wrestling. Every single match I've ever watched in my whole life, I'm instantaneously 9 years old again. I believe pro wrestling is pure magic, and it's one of the last good things in this world. It's one of the last places life makes sense. I view pro wrestling at its best is when it's good versus evil. I like my faces, truth, justice, and the American way. I like my heels, the baddest of the bad. So that's just the way that I kind of view it. But yeah, absolutely. But I can't tell you also how humbled and flattered I was in my first match of how many people showed up and showed out to see me, and it meant just the world to me, and I don't have time to thank all the people that came.
I tell you what, that night, it had to have, it sounded like anyway, that 3/4 of them were Jeff Wild fans, and you hadn't even had a match yet, and it was really cool. Because, as you know, I'm in the back doing interviews and all that kind of thing, and so I really don't get to be out there amongst the crowd like I used to be. But hearing that from the back, and you could feel it, you could hear it in the back. It was very cool. It was a very cool moment.
So now we know where the double sellout came from. It was from the extra tickets that you sold.
Hey,
possibly.
This is a team effort. Absolutely. People came out to see every wrestler there. And one of the things that I wanted to tell the roster is that of the tickets that I sold, about 95% of those people had never seen a live wrestling show before. Wow. So not only was it their first time seeing me, it was their first time seeing all of them. And I believe in World League Wrestling. It's gun to my head. It's my favorite wrestling to watch. I love that we are totally family friendly because I believe wrestling should be mostly for kids because that is something that children can believe in.
And we're all kids at heart, right?
Absolutely. Like I said, every time I watch a wrestling match, I'm instantaneously 9 years old. So every poor soul that comes across my gaze, I talk about World League Wrestling. I tell them it's a wrestling show you can be proud to take your family to, and it's one of the last affordable live entertainment venues.
100%.
I did the math on it. A family of 4 could come to the show if they're all over 5 years old. If one of the children are under 5 years old, it gets even cheaper.
Yeah.
Family of 4 can go to a live wrestling event with some of the best professional wrestling that the world has to offer. Could get into the seats and all eat for $100.
Yeah.
Or less if the kids are younger.
Or less.
You can't beat that with a stick.
Absolutely.
You can't do that nowhere no more. And
not really.
Pro wrestling, I believe, is especially on the local level, is one of the lifebloods for a lot of people's entertainment. And I am so deeply honored to be a part of the World League Wrestling roster, to be associated with the great Harley Race Wrestling Academy. And like I said, I stand on a lot of shoulders, and everyone along the way. HD, you're one of the biggest people that believed in me. Sarge, Tim, I've just had so much support for everyone around me, everyone that came, and I don't have enough time to mention everyone by name, but thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul.
Listen, Jeff, you stop crying for a second. I got a message from somebody. I got a message from your coach.
Okay.
He's upset with you.
Oh,
probably.
I'm just messing around. You mentioned before that he was yelling at you. Can you, without pulling the curtain back too far, explain how that was a good thing and what it meant for you?
So, I'll also tell another story about Coach that he's going to get even madder at me for, but it was the last class before the Rumble, and we were wrestling around, and he was saying, Jeff, you are not emoting enough. And he yelled at me, and he said, Jeff, I will take you off the card if you don't put out. And he didn't say this, but this is what I believe he was thinking. If you are not the wrestler I believe you can be. And again, a coach that yells at you is a coach that cares about you. Okay, I'm an emotional guy. The waterworks are going to keep on coming, but I can't tell you the level of respect I have for that man. He is a great coach, a great wrestler, and a man I'm proud to call my coach, and hopefully, if he agrees to it, my friend.
Well, real quick before we go to our first break of the hour, we've got another comment on the Facebook page from Yancey Smith again this time, and it says, excellent backstory to how you got into wrestling, Jeff. Really great to hearing you telling it all. Really great to hearing you telling it all. And I can tell by just watching you that you really enjoy, but most importantly, love this sport as I'm learning about your background. And we're really going to get into your background here in just a few minutes. If I lived in St. Louis and I was able to attend, I would be cheering for you in your match against Jack Parker Jr. Well, Yancey Smith, I'm going to put a challenge to you and to everyone that's listening right now. You know, the biggest event, in my eyes, the biggest event is about to happen. On November the 2nd, it'll be WLW 25, the 25th year anniversary of World League Wrestling. And if you haven't been to St. Louis yet, if you haven't been to the Race Wrestling Arena, if you haven't been to Troy, Missouri, to an event like that we have at the Race Wrestling, this is the one. This is the one to come and see and experience. And you know what? Right now, tickets are on sale for that October 5th show. And
get them while you can.
Get them while you can, but really pay attention to HarleyRace.com. Really pay attention to World League Wrestling's Facebook page for when those tickets go on sale for WLW 25, because those are really going to go fast. If we've seen stuff on ticket side sales of stuff go pretty quick, but with this show coming up, that one's going to be sold out within days, I believe, of it even going on sale. So with that being said, we're going to take a first real quick break, and when we get back, we're going to jump really into the teeth, into the true story of the one and only Jeff Wild right after this.
The Moscow Mills Lions Club invites you every second Sunday of the month, 7:30 to noon. All-you-can-eat breakfast, $12 adults, kids 6 to 11, 6, and children under 6 eat free. Sunday breakfast, 30 Friese Industrial Drive in Moscow Mills.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Ken with Elliott Flooring. Listen for the News Radio KYRO local news at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. Powered by Elliott Flooring.
And we are back live in the Gateway Fiber Studios on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM. It is Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Of course, also on the KYRO Facebook page, Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Go like and subscribe. And as always, the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. Join us with your questions and your comments. We're about to get into the meat of the situation that is Jeff Wild. And again, I thank you, my friend, for coming this morning and joining us for
My
not
pleasure.
just 1 hour, but the entire show. You know, let's start off with this.
Real quick, I want to thank Yancey Smith for very, very kind words, and thank you so much Thank you so much for saying so. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. So how old were you when you first saw wrestling on the television or however you saw it and really started getting into it?
I would say probably about 2 years old.
Wow. You remember it that far back?
Wow. I don't know how much I remember, but like it's the things that made impressions on me as a little boy. Yeah, as a real little kid, I was a little Hulkamaniac running wild. But like even bigger, I had a Ultimate Warrior wrestling buddy. It got lost in the '93 flood. Yeah, I was the big personalities of the '80s are the things that stuck with me, and still to this day, my favorite wrestler of all time, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Wow, okay.
Huge over-the-top personalities, which is one of the things that I, want to bring into wrestling as much as I can, is like wrestling to me is just larger than life. It's real-life superheroes, supervillains going at it for it's good versus evil, and that's the way I love it. But Macho Man Randy Savage was big for me, and then as I got a little bit older into the new generation, Bret Hart was probably my favorite wrestler. But like, there are so many wrestlers that made a huge impact on me. You know who I love that doesn't get a lot of play, but WWE Hall of Famer Coco Beware.
Okay,
I love Coco Beware. Again, one of the best theme songs. He was a great singer. He was just a jack of all trades, and like also 5'9", just like me.
Yeah.
And I've always had an affinity for the smaller guys because I'm on the smaller side. But he was just great wrestler, great gimmick, and just a wholesome person that people could believe in. And he's still a great guy in wrestling. But yeah, one of the wrestlers that kind of tops my list of who I'd like to meet is definitely Coco Beware. But yeah, I was always into the big personalities when it comes to wrestling, and then even as an adult going back and as burgeoning professional wrestler myself, I watch it a whole different way and just gain whole new levels of respect for different people, like people that I didn't notice back then, but I definitely notice now, like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, sublime in the ring. Every match is a clinic. And also one of the all-time great guys in wrestling. Harley race matches is the way, like, he would control a crowd. But yeah, like Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes. Like there's so many names to mention, but like the people that I watched back then. But yeah, I was definitely a WWF kid, basically up until the Monday Night Wars. But like, I love the, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, even though he was a heel at the time, he was the bad guy. I have a deep and abiding love for that man. And like, as someone who struggled with substance addiction myself, definitely alcohol, I love a good comeback story. And I was happy to see Scott Hall get clean and have a real life again. And yeah, and you mentioned, sorry, I'm going to jump around a lot. My ADHD brain. You paid me a great compliment, and you said I was like the DDP, and like, I got to tell you, he's a big inspiration to me, especially being a wrestler debuting in his late 30s.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing with yourself and Blade Lennox, and I didn't realize about Blade until we had actually sat down and talked about it. But you two are the same age, and
he's actually about 10 days older than me.
And you guys, but still, you guys are the same age. You guys are our DDP because, and even more so of a DDP, the both of you, because when DDP started his quote-unquote wrestling training, he was 35. When you guys started, you guys were a little bit older than 35.
37 when I started training.
Exactly. So you guys are our true DDPs, and you know what? I see, and this is just me personal, okay? But I see gold in both Blade Lennox's future and your future, and if you, like I told him, if you keep your nose to the grindstone and you work hard every single day, good things will always happen. There will be bumps in the road, there will be turns to the left and turns to the right, but eventually, somewhere down the road, you're going to capture gold. Whether that be singles gold, tag team gold, triple gold, whatever the case may be, but you're still going to be there. And I do believe that. And you guys have got all the potential in the world because of the fact that you guys came through the Race Wrestling Academy.
One of the top wrestling schools in the country, in my opinion, if not the top. Again, great coach. But I'm going to, I appreciate those words, and I'll see if I can live up to them, but I will do my very, very best for the World League Wrestling fans, for, my family and friends, that hopefully will become World League Wrestling fans. I'm going to get them hooked, I swear.
All it takes is one time to really be at an event, and I'll tell you right now, people are going to be hooked.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how much fun it is.
Absolutely. I always tell people wrestling is one of those sports, it's kind of like hockey. You need to see it live to really appreciate it. But, yeah, I will make my solemn vow to you, Sarge, to everyone listening, to World League Wrestling fans, that I will put out the best that I absolutely can every time, and I promise that I will continue to get better as much as within my power. And if I win a belt, I win a belt. I believe gold is definitely in Blade Linux's future. If it's in my future, I would be incredibly honored and do my best to live up to the reputation and the ethos of any championship I hold. If that isn't the case for me, but I'm having a great time where I am. I am so proud to be mixing it up with these young 20-year-olds at wrestling school, and nothing in the world makes me feel more alive.
For sure. I do want to say this real quick. I can still hear, and I know it's because it's so new, right? But I can still hear the nervousness, right, in your voice. Number one, for the radio show, don't even sweat it, my brother. You're amongst friends, and we've got your back, and we're just having a good conversation. When you're in that ring, it's all about having fun, right?
Absolutely. My friend Julian, when I first met him, he is one of the most passionate, dedicated people you ever
who we've had on the show as well.
When I first met him, I try to go up to all the new people, and I introduce myself. I want to shake their hand. I want them to feel welcome. And I'm like, hey, I'm Jeff. How you doing? He goes, hey, my name's Julian. I'm ready to give my life to professional wrestling. And I was like,
brother of mine.
I admire the intensity, my brother. But I said, hey, why don't we try to have some fun first? So I have gotten much more comfortable in the ring, but I do get nervous just because I want to, everything I do in life, I want to be the best I possibly can be.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I get the nerves, and for me, I like them. That drives me. That puts gas in my tank, is to try to, and to everyone out there listening, comparing yourself to other people is the road to nowhere. Every day when I wake up, it's me versus me. Am I a better version of myself today than I was yesterday?
That's a good outlook to have, honestly. Yeah,
that's the only outlook in my mind to have, because if I were to compare myself to, Moses, Camaro, I'd fall woefully short. Leland Race, I ain't got a big enough measuring rod to measure up to those guys and the gals in our roster. But am I a little bit better than I was yesterday? That's what I'm going for. And you keep adding those bricks, and eventually you'll build a house.
And I also know, and this is for both Jeff and HD. I also know that there's a part of that as well, that nervousness, those butterflies and all that kind of stuff is there, because you not only want to do things right for yourself, you not only want to do things right and perform well for the fans, but you also want to do right and perform well for your brothers and your sisters on your roster, or in the locker room, I should say. And personally myself, you know what? I still get those bumps. I still get those nervous, ticks. I still get that butterfly in the stomach. I'm about to interview, blah 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 blah, and oh crap, what am I going to say? How am I going to do this? Blah 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 blah. But then when you start doing it, it's instantly gone, and you're moving on with the train, right?
Everyone told me that about my first match, and I didn't believe them. I felt like I'd be nervous about that. And another story I'm going to tell about Coach is right before I went through that curtain for the first time, he popped his head in the middle of it, and he said, it was hard to hear, especially with my mind racing and everything going on, but he was like, Jeff, you've been waiting your whole life for this moment, and you are never going to get another first match. Yeah. And he was basically like, go out there and tear the house down, and it pumped me up so much, like that encouragement, it just meant the whole world to me.
Do you remember what I said to you before your first match?
You said, try to soak it in as much as possible, because like it's going to be your first match. I'm trying to remember.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I know.
Blur.
My message to you was very similar to what Coach said, but you're going to get to live your dream at least one time. Soak it in the one time you get to do it.
Yep.
And if you never get to do it again, you did it one time.
I am absolutely grateful for that match that I was in, and everybody gets a first match and everybody gets a last match, and sometimes they're the same one, and and I feel very lucky and fortunate that I have made it this far, because honestly I thought my body would quit on me, and that's as long as I'm going to do wrestling is until my body says no, because I absolutely love it. But yeah, I tried to do my best to soak it in and take your advice, but I never thought I would get here.
Well, I tell you what, my friend, Blade Lennox, he is one of those unique individuals that had not one type of debut, but two types of debuts, right? So his very first one was the tag match debut with Trevor Murdoch at Fort Leonard Wood in front of a packed house, right? Mm-hmm. And then he also had a singles debut about a month later or so. With yourself, your debut was in the Door to Destiny Rumble, and now you're going to have a singles debut with one of the hardest hitting dudes, not just on our roster, but all of the independent scene, Big Jack Parker Jr.
Nothing like getting thrown into the deep end, huh?
It's cool. It's cool to have the nervousness and the butterflies and all that kind of stuff. But I tell you what, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice right now, okay? And HD, you can say what you want right afterwards if you agree with me or not. Cool to have those things. If you first get into the building, have those things, but do whatever you got to do to get rid of those as quickly as possible, because you've got to start focusing on the fact that you've got Big Jack Parker Jr. across from you, and he don't care. He don't care. He's got, and I've said this before too, he's got sledgehammers for fists. I've said Superstar Steve and Leland Race have some of the hardest chops in the business. He's got some of the hardest punches in the business, and that good night knee, if he catches you with that, the night will be over with. So get to focus.
Absolutely.
As soon as you get there, go through your nervousness and your butterflies and all that good stuff, but do what you got to do, and maybe HD might have some advice of what to do to get yourself ready and stuff like that, but also at the same time realize that it's time. It's time.
Yep.
It's time to pull up your boots and get to work.
Yeah. Jack hits hard. I said it earlier.
Absolutely.
I've seen sweat bounce off people's heads when he hits that knee. I've seen people rocked in the back with their eyes glazed after he hits that knee. Just, speak with Coach. Be prepared to be hit hard. You'll be hit hard, but try to shake the nerves and focus. Don't be complacent.
The question I have to ask, and all those are great advice, but how come no one's asking the question, is Jack Parker ready for Jeff Wild?
Ooh,
because he better be.
That's good attitude. I like that.
He better bring his whole heart and a big shovel if he's going to step across the ring for me, because Jack Parker is a big mountain of a man. He's been there, he's done that, but guess what? Jeff Wild is a predator, and he is
and you're
hungry.
About to do that. Oh, I like it. I like it. I love it.
I'm going to do my best to prepare. Every day I train, I know that I'm training for Jack Parker Jr., but he better bring his A game as well.
I like this attitude from Jeff Wild. I do. I love it. And we are up against our break.
I got breaking news.
Okay,
I got
go
breaking
ahead.
news I wanted to throw in. I got another message from Coach.
Okay.
He's talking to the higher ups at the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, really?
You have the world record for the greatest jumps.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I like it. All right, we are up against our very last break of the show. And when we get back in, we'll still have Jeff Wild here in the studio, and we're going to continue talking about his life in professional wrestling and all that awesome stuff right after these messages.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-308-8292. That's 800-308-8292. 800-308-8292.
Now we're going to have a word with Jerry Henke from Alternative Automotive on Mansion Road in Winfield. Brought up an interesting point about the newer transmissions and how they adapt to driving styles, and that can actually be harder to wear out the fluid inside the transmission quicker.
Your older 4-speed transmissions, the torque converters in them are used much differently. The 4-speeds, when you lock the converter on those, they were locked with full line pressure, and there was supposed to be no slip between the converter. So on the 6-speed and newer transmissions, just mainly for comfort, the manufacturers program these things to slip in between 20 and 50 RPM the entire time you're driving. Any instance where the engine isn't running just perfect, you won't feel it. It makes it as smooth as possible for the comfort of the driver. At the cost of burning the torque converter or burning the fluid, we actually recommend in between 50 and 75,000 miles. These transmissions just shift more, just much, much harder on the fluid. They wear out the additives in the fluid much faster.
Automotive intelligence from Jerry and Alternative Automotive, located on Mansion Road near Winfield. Stop by and see him today.
The Olean Livestock Market is now the Olean Regional Stockyards and under new ownership. The Olean Regional Stockyards will be holding sales every Monday at 12 noon. For consignment and trucking needs, call Hayden Hurst at 573-690-2705 or Dusty Roberts at 417-298-9755. The Olean Regional Stockyards, same location, 56 Highway FF in Eldon. Our new ownership allows us to make improvements to our facility while maintaining familiarity to our customers. We can't wait to serve you. The Olean Regional Stockyards, the best destination for cattle buyers and sellers.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 61 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 71. In Wentzville it's 71 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
I'm going to bring that music way down real quick here because this is Uncensored Wrestling Talk live in the Gateway Fiber Studios here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Also on all of our Facebook feeds, KYRO, Traveling News Production, YouTube and channel pages, and Rumble. Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. Jump in with your questions and your comments, and I'm doing this quickly because we've only got 15 minutes left in the show, and we want to jump right back in with Jeff Wild here. Since you made that decision to jump into the world of professional wrestling and have been training and all that kind of sort of thing, who are some of the wrestlers, past, present, and all, that you go and you watch their stuff and study and learn from?
Since I've been in the school, been watching a lot of Harley race matches, a lot of Dusty Rhodes matches. I've been in the more modern Dean Malenko, who is someone I regretfully overlooked more as a kid, but like his total body control, beautiful Bobby Eaton matches. Like there's so many good wrestlers, Terry Funk and like a lot of people, but when you compare me to DDP earlier, the past shows, like it was such a great honor because he's obviously a huge inspiration to me, and I've been watching a lot of his stuff. But like it's also like I admire him not only as a wrestler but as a man, Diamond Dallas Page. And I'll tell you, one of the most markish things I ever did in my whole life is that when I had my first match, I sent Diamond Dallas Page a Facebook message with some of the pictures from it, and I just I don't think he's probably way too busy to read them, but I wanted to put it out there.
You might be surprised.
But yeah, just how much he inspired me, because like just not only the wrestling, not only being an older wrestler, but he has used his fame and fortune to help people, and that's what I really admire about him. He basically was a big part. Everyone does the work themselves in substance abuse, but he was one of those first people to reach out to guys like Jake the Snake, like Scott Hall, and
he truly changed people's lives.
Changed people, and he's doing that all the way to go out and fight obesity, fight people's injuries, get them more mobile. I can't put DDP over enough. He's right at the top of my list of wrestlers I'd love to meet. But yeah, I sent him a Facebook message with pictures of me and was
now, have you seen if he has actually seen those or responded at all to you or anything along those lines?
As of yet, he has not responded, but I understand the man runs a business. He's a busy
very
guy.
Busy. But I bet you money he would be, though.
It's very possible that he would.
Doesn't hurt my feelings at all, but he is a super nice guy. Now, I did have one time I commented on one of his videos and said, that I was trained to become a wrestler this couple years ago, and he did heart my comment, and that was probably one of my biggest moments of professional wrestling, to be honest. It was
very
a
cool.
Great honor. But yeah, lots of different wrestlers out there. Like I mentioned, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, but like of wrestlers wrestling now, people that really inspire me, that I look up to, and who I hope gets a big singles run is Montez Ford. I mentioned him during one of the breaks. Like every time he wrestles, I'm impressed. Not only is his in-ring ability, his mic skills, and like Mr. Triple H, if you're listening, give that man a singles run.
Yeah.
And he is ready for it, and he's one of those people that can put butts in seats, and I believe in him. But yeah, those are a lot of the people that I watch that I try to do my best to emulate as much as my body allows it.
Cool. And we've got another message on the Facebook page, and this one is from Lance Polanski, who you said is your best friend.
Best man at my wedding. I was best man at his wedding.
It's weird seeing Jeff nervous because he's so much more reserved. Somebody get some 4 roses in that man. It really is. It is
4
kind
roses nearly wrecked my marriage.
It is kind of odd, I will say, to see you as nervous as you are, because I know that on the outside in the real world, right? You're a scientist. You work for Boeing. You deal with high-level, high-stress situations, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And I bet money on this gentleman that he plows just right on through those with like knife going through, butter.
I would believe that.
So I don't know if it's luck, happenstance. I like to refer to myself as God's favorite idiot. But like. I am a scientist at Boeing, and you could make a very legitimate case that I'm probably about top 100, top 50 experts in the world in my field. I do electrosag discharge compliance and control. So basically,
what?
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds freaking
That
cool.
sounds like
absolutely, you do, Sarge. Every time you walk across the carpet in the winter and it shocks your finger, that's electrosag discharge.
Oh, okay.
So electricity, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of small electrical interactions throughout the day. Every time you touch your touch screen, that's a capacitive touch screen. That's an electrical interaction. Through the natural electromagnetic phenomena of triboelectric charging, friction, rubbing, rolling generates an electrical charge, large or small. Now, that's high voltage, low amperage for triboelectric charging, because like when you walk across a carpeted floor in the winter and touch door knob, that could be as much as 30,000 volts. Now, it's only in milliamps.
Jeff, we're losing listeners.
Sorry, but I am passionate about my work. It's just my speed of science, and like at the people I work at Boeing, and you said I work at Boeing, and I know that everyone knows the news and everyone knows what's going on. That's nervous, but I just want to say like some of the people I work with are some of the smartest, best, most dedicated people in the world. A lot of them came to my first match. HD, you had to be there, but I know that if you weren't, you would have been there as a fan anyway.
Now, that's funny because HD, you're an engineer over at Boeing as well.
I am.
Do you guys have interactions with each other at Boeing?
I might be the only listener right now that understood every word he just said.
But you guys will actually work together then.
Yeah, so I was at work one day. Coworker of mine who works out, we have a fitness center there. He comes to me and he goes, "Hey, there's this wacky guy that I know. He's training to be a pro wrestler, and I see him every single day, lifting weights, and it reminded me of you because he knows that I'm a referee for pro wrestling. And I'm going to hook you guys up. I want you guys to meet. I think it'd be cool." And one random day, this guy with crazy hair and a mustache shows up at my desk. "Hey, my name's Jeff. I'd like, Kevin, my coworker's Kevin. He said we should meet up." And it turns out that he's training where I referee. So, I informed him he chose a great school. I really enjoy working where I work. And we became friends right away, I believe. And it was throughout his training, discussing, next steps for him, what his dreams are. I know a couple of his dreams that he hasn't said yet. But just being there ringside was awesome. It was important to me because I know it was important to you.
So at work, do you guys actually work together? I mean,
sometimes
projects that interact with each other and stuff?
Close to one another.
That's cool.
Yeah, he'll appear at my desk because he's running through. We have a really big campus. I don't see him every day. But yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm the electrosag discharge site coordinator, so I always tell people I run audits like I'm an evil wind. I never tell people I'm coming because I want to see the ESD benches how they are, not how they can be, because there is no point in doing an audit for any kind of compliance if you're going to tell them ahead of time that you're coming. I do all surprise inspections, so again, I'll just pop up at someone's desk sometimes.
That's very cool.
Well, I'm going to do something for you. This goes out to Jack Parker. What you gonna do, brother, when the wild man over here with his 22-inch arms comes running wild on you?
Oh, Lordy, here we go.
Jack Parker, you better eat your Wheaties because I'm coming full bore.
I love it.
Thank you, Tim.
I love it. That's cool.
Before we run out of time, there is one more person that I want to mention and that's my son Charlie. I just want you to know that Dad, loves you, and he is a big reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. The only really person I'm at the end of the day interested in getting over with is my boy Charlie. He's 3 years old, and he is my pride and joy.
That's very cool.
But sorry.
No, you're fine.
I met Charlie at the last event, and your wife, and Charlie are a blast.
Well, hang on a second.
I have an amazing family from top to bottom. My wife and my son. She has again tolerated all my foolishness throughout all the years, and we have a beautiful, beautiful child together.
Jeff Wild over here getting sappy and emotional. We're gonna get another one here. Watch this. So, from Trisha McGarry Williams, I am Superfan Tim's wife and just wanted to give him a shout out and say happy 12th anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Tim.
That's
cool.
She's my rock. She's my soulmate. I couldn't do anything without her. She's actually one that really got behind me to get back into the wrestling thing. So
that's great. Yeah, the support.
I love her with all my heart. There's no one else in the world for me.
I met her. She's a great lady.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. HD.
Listen, it's getting a little weird around here. Come on.
Thank you. Yes.
Listen, I want you. What are you going to do to Jack Parker when you're in the match with him? What's your signature moves? What are you going to do?
You know what? We're still figuring out my signature moves, and I'll let you know when I get there. I want it to be a surprise for everyone, but and I don't want to give too much away to Jack Parker Jr. if he is listening.
Understand that.
But you know what? He is going to meet, a fierce competitor, and I know he hits hard, but
Close that fist and hit him hard.
There is no quit in me. I don't know the definition of the word.
Let's get real serious here for a moment, though, before we do get out of here, because we've only got 2 minutes left. You are facing Jack Parker Jr. on October the 5th at Brawl Hallows Eve. Tickets are on sale right now. Everybody get your tickets. Don't wait till the last second. Don't try and wait till you get to the door, because there may not be any left. When that bell rings, it's time to go.
Time.
And one of the things that we've talked about this a little bit. You've touched this just slightly. However, dysfunction. Jack Parker Jr., Brandon Espinoza, Kyle Roberts, the Iron Bear, Tom Coffey. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head, but also at the same time not let the distractions distract you.
Yep.
And that's going to be a very difficult situation to overcome. So get focused.
Yeah,
Get focused.
I absolutely am. Dysfunction, refunction, conjunction, junction, staph infection. I don't care. I am tired of them breaking the rules, doing just dastardly things, and I am not. One thing I'm going to put out there is I am going to be ready, and I am going to bring my whole arsenal of moves and toolboxes, and we're going to build a World League Wrestling where dysfunction's afraid of us. And it starts here. It starts now. If whatever they come at me, I'm going to be ready. And win, lose, or draw, I am going to stand across from them across from Jack Parker in that ring. And if Jack Parker's so scared of me, he needs help from dysfunction, I guess he better bring some guys.
He's going to overlook you.
Real quick here, last comment from the Facebook page that we'll do. This show has really flown by, and I hate when time flies by so fast, says Yancey Smith. But I wanted to say what a great, awesome show as always. Sarge, Tim, HD, always an excellent job you three do each week. I always look forward to listening and watching every week, and it was great to see and hear Jeff talking. Good luck on your match against Jack. You got this. I second that last sentiment right there for sure. We've got about 30 seconds left in the show. Jeff Wild, thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate you. Hopefully we'll be able to get you back in on the show soon. Superfan Tim, thank you for coming in. Our referee, H.D. Daniels, thank you for coming in, my friend. I always appreciate you as well. And with that being said, 10 seconds left. And as I always say, when we end the show, go watch some wrestling.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 12 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Paul Stevens. At least 4 people are killed, 18 others hurt. This in a mass shooting Saturday night in Birmingham, Alabama.
We have reached out to our partners with the ATF. We have reached out to our partners with the FBI. You will have a plethora of law enforcement agencies assisting the Birmingham Police Department.
Birmingham Police spokesman Truman Fitzgerald. Pennsylvania Democratic Senator John Fetterman among those in Congress applauding Israel's recent use of explosive